Alright everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 4 S-Rank guide, and today I'm going to be helping you with mission 13. And I think the biggest issue that players are going to have with this one is actually getting the time requirement, because it's easy to get lost in this mission. So first of all, there's a couple of seeds by the divinity statue, break them, then you want to jump down, break the seeds there, go under the bridge and break all the seeds that are under the bridge, then go through the bridge and break all the seeds that are around here, so just this one. Then you want to go backwards because that's where the actual mission is. There's going to be a couple of more seeds to break here in just a second, so when you get to those, you're going to see them, you're going to want to break them, and then you want to cross into the next room. And yeah, this purple mist here is going to be what's going to trip a lot of people out, because it just phases you into like random places across the map. I mean, it's not like random, it's scripted to like where it's going to take you, but like if you enter one that you're not meant to go, it might as well just take you to the opposite where you need to go, you know? But okay, you're going to have a blitz here, and what you want to do is equip Lucifer and just keep spamming pin up, because that's going to get rid of its lightning really easily. So yeah. And if you can, try to pull off a distorted real impact with Gilgamesh, because that's going to do so much damage. And the way you distort moves is you activate Devil Trigger as the move hits, and that's gonna like double your damage. It's really good. Once it turns red, what you're gonna want to do is start jumping around the room and hope to God that you don't get grabbed or hit by a laser, so you just want to avoid its attacks until it eventually decides to kill itself. And when you see its animation where it's about to blow itself up, do not be near it, because it's gonna have an explosion and it's going to damage you. But okay, there's a couple of seeds that you want to break on the right there, so just make sure you get those before you enter the mist. And when you do, you're gonna get taken to this place with even more seeds, so you want to jump over here and break these seeds firstly. Then you are going to want to go down a bit to the left, and then there's going to be more seeds here, so just make sure to grab those. Then you want to go down even lower, grab those seeds here, go to the right, grab those ones, and then what you want to do is turn the other way, go over there, because there's a couple more seeds that you want to break. And now instead of breaking seeds, we're actually going to be fighting what are the most annoying enemies in the game. So as Dante, these dudes can be a complete nightmare, and I kid you not, if you have Devil Trigger, Stinger. Devil Trigger Stinger is really good against these guys. Another good thing you can do is blast them point blank with the shotgun, because that will knock them down for a bit. But you're gonna have to be really quick with your attack, because remember, these guys can attack even when they're knocked down. When you're comboing them, they can just passively attack you all the time. It's so annoying. Or what you can also do, if you're confident in your ability to get through the level really fast, is what you can do is switch to Pandora's Box, switch to Gunslinger, jump in the air, and just spam Gunslinger in the air. Dante will turn Pandora into like this big machine he rides, and then he's just gonna shoot out missiles out of it. It is not time efficient at all, but it is really safe. So like instead of spamming it, what you can do is like do a couple of hits with that, and then just go into some normal attacks while they're down on the ground. And I am actually going to be using this tactic a bunch during this playthrough. But yeah, these guys might be annoying, so just like if they trip you out, don't worry about it. It's kind of what they do. But okay, you want to break that seed over there, and then you want to go through this mist up the staircase. And okay, next up what we're going to be fighting is a bunch of assaults. So these guys are the guys with the shields. So obviously if you want, you can use Devil Trigger Stinger, that's going to destroy them. But obviously do not spam it, you do want to maximize your style. So when you do have them on the ground or something, you just want to make sure that you keep switching between your weapons. You might be the most comfortable with Rebellion, yes, but to maximize your style, you want to switch between Gilgamesh, Lucifer, etc. So what you want to do is like do as much as you can with Rebellion, switch to Gilgamesh, do as much as you can with that, do a bunch of different moves, and then switch into Lucifer and do as much as you can with that, and just keep rotating. Try to use your guns too, Ebony and Ivory, Shotgun, Pandora. Just don't do the same stuff all the time. Don't spam one combo string, because you do want to max out your style. Like, you don't have to do any crazy combos or anything. Just make sure you're doing different moves so that you don't do the same stuff, so you can like have more style points at the end to, you know, reach the style threshold you need. Like even in my gameplay, you have not seen me pull off any like crazy combos here during this video at all. I'm still gonna get the S rank here, which hopefully gives you confidence that if I can do it, then you can definitely do it, you know? Like I'm almost dead right here. It just shows you do not have to be the best player in the world to S rank this game on Dante Must Die. You just have to make sure you have enough style points, beat the mission quick enough, and just make sure you break everything to get the orbs. So yeah, just make sure you keep switching your weapons, your styles to maximize your style points. But okay, when you finish up this room, there's a bunch of seeds around it that you have to break to get your orbs. So just do a couple of circles around the room, making sure that you get everything. And then once you do, you want to continue on. So just break all the seeds, there's a bunch of them around the room, and then you can move on. And yeah, you don't even have to get S ranks in every single category to get the S at the end of the mission. Like, let's say you get an A in time, right? As long as you get an S in style and orbs, you're still going to get the S rank as long as you didn't use items during the mission. And speaking of items, try your best not to use them, because if you do use them, you are going to have to get an S in every single category to get this S rank at the end of the mission. But if you do not use them, you should be good for the S rank, even if you get a couple of A's in categories. But okay, in this room there's more seeds to break, like the one I just broke there. There's one on top of this pillar you want to smack down. And then there's going to be a couple of on the other side of the bridge and under the bridge. But watch out, because a couple of Mephistos spawn here too. I'll just quickly show you where the seeds are. When you cross the bridge, go to the left, there's going to be another one. Then you want to turn right, go forward, and there's going to be a couple of more seeds right here by the tree. So just break those, and now you can focus on the Mephistos. So Mephistos as Dante aren't actually that bad. What you want to do is trick up to them and then shotgun them a bunch in the face. It helps if you jump cancel, but you don't have to. But when you shotgun them enough, they will eventually get their cloak off and you'll be able to smack them up. And when they're uncloaked, just make sure that you do different moves to once again maximize your style, and you should be good. You should be able to kill them before they cloak back up. And then you can also use Rainstorm with Ebony and Ivory to knock their cloaks off. That's also really good, but I prefer using the shotgun. So yeah, hopefully you don't have much trouble with these guys. And then under the bridge, there's going to be more seeds. Just be careful not to enter the mist yet, because the mist will take you where you need to go, but you do want to break these seeds first. So just use your guns to break them, because if you get too close, you will enter. Once I destroy the seeds on this side, I just quickly go to make sure that I got them on the other side, because sometimes you might have missed them and it's easier to get them from the other side. As you can see, I have one left here, so I'm just going to shoot it up. And then once you get them all, you want to enter the mist. And once you enter, you're going to come out right by the fountain, so you want to quickly go left, because there's another seed that you want to break, so make sure you smack it. And then once you do, you want to enter this place here. This time around, there won't be any enemies here, which is good. So what you want to do is just turn right and destroy all these seeds here, because obviously you need the red orbs. So just smack them around until you destroy all of them. And then there's more on by the pillars right here, and then more by the staircase here. Make sure you get them all. And then what you want to do is go under the staircase to continue on with the level. And when you go through this door, you're going to enter this place, which might trip you up if you don't know what to do here. So first of all, there's a bunch of seeds, but you can get them at any time, basically. You can ignore these chimeras, they're not worth it. But what you want to do here is go forward. So you go through this direction, and basically you want to follow your shadow here. You want to go the opposite where your shadow is facing. But the shadow is facing forward, so I have to go backwards this time. But first of all, I'm going to break all these seeds. There should be one seed per pathway. And then you want to go where your shadow is not facing. You want to go the opposite direction of where your shadow is facing. So like this time, I went back the way I came through, and now you can see my shadow is facing left, so I want to go right. It's always going to be the same direction, but if you like get confused on a repeat playthrough or just don't know, just look at where your shadow is facing and go the opposite way. Here I'm going right again, and now we're actually going to be fighting ECHIDNA. So if your biggest issue was getting lost during this mission, then that's done. Make sure to grab that seed over there, it gives you a green orb, and now it's boss fight time. So, ECHIDNA as Dante. And what I'm gonna try to show you is a really easy way to beat the bosses, or what I at least feel is a really easy way to beat this boss fight. So, you're gonna want to jump cancel full house when she's in her normal stance. She has 3 stances. And when she's in her normal one, you want to jump cancel full house. I know some of you might find jump cancelling difficult, but full house is one of the easiest moves to jump cancel in the game. And on boss fights is also really easy too, because bosses are really big and they have big hitboxes. If you're going to struggle with jump cancelling, what you can do is load up mission 16 on any difficulty and just practice it on Burial, because Burial is the easiest enemy to practice jump cancelling on. I feel like you should be able to get the hang out of it pretty quickly. So when she enters her second stance though, instead what you want to do is switch to Lucifer and start using Pin Up, because Pin Up absolutely destroys this boss fight when she's in this stance. Couple of attacks you want to look out for. When she spins her hair around, you want to just jump in the air to not get hit by it. You want to watch out for the tentacles that come out of the ground, so if you see them attacking you, try your best to dodge. If you get hit, try to heal yourself off if you have Devil Trigger, and when she goes back to her normal stance, start jump cancelling full house again. In this phase, she can also spin her hair around, so just make sure that you're out of the way when she does that. And she's also going to fly around a bunch, so when she starts flying around the arena, you want to, instead of attacking or being on the offensive, you want to dodge her attacks and make sure to attack her when she stops, because otherwise you will take a tanky hit. And when she starts glowing yellow, that means she like empowers herself. She's going to be faster, more aggressive, etc. And she's going to be switching between her stances more often and quicker. The same tactics still apply, full house and pin up. Just make sure that you don't get hit, because you will take a lot more damage now. Now, ECHIDNA also has a third stance where she like opens up her cocoon. And what you want to do there is you can honestly do whatever you want here. You can smack the cocoon with Rebellion, with Yamato, with Darkslayer, as long as you're doing damage to it. And just so you know, there's also a bunch of seeds around the map, which we're gonna end up breaking anyway. But if you have low health or if you get hit a lot during this fight, you might want to break those seeds, because those seeds will give you heals. So that's probably a good thing for you to know. And Echidna will also summon Chimera seeds when she's in their cocoon stand, so just make sure you pay attention to those. You don't have to kill them, but you can if you want to. And make sure you see when she's switching phases, because as you can see, I wasn't paying attention and got hit. And I also got smacked with the tail right here, which is fun. But okay, I take her out here right now. When you stun her, just make sure to not miss the opportunity to get more damage in. And when you take them out, you want to, first of all, before you finish the level, break all the seeds around the room. So just run around, there's a bunch of them that you want to break. Some of them you might have broke on accident during the fight, or you found them when you needed a heal, so you just broke them to get a couple of green orbs in there. But once you break all of them, I have one more here left to break, and then once you do, you want to go in this way, and that is the end of the mission. So that is an S rank. And like I said earlier, you do not need to get S in every category to get an S rank. As you can see, I got an A in style here, 6,500 style points. It's still enough for an S because I got S in time and orbs. So hope this helped. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, of course, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.